So if you're kind of surprised by this angle, just know it's for a reason. And what that reason is, it's because I'm going over kind of my thoughts on the Patagonia Alpine Guide pants, as I got a whole season of using them, and I definitely have thoughts on them. And what I can say right off the bat is that these are a great pair of soft shell pants. I've absolutely loved ice climbing in them. You know, they just work really well. And I know that kind of doesn't seem like super in-depth or like, wow, that's a lot of information. They just work really well. But it's kind of hard to describe because they do work really well. And there are things that go into the pants working well. You know, it's a little bit of a mix of a good durable fabric that they have. You know, it's a bit of a mix of kind of the features of the pant. And it's a bit of a mix of the fit. I mean, fit is huge for performance of a pant. You know, if you have a pant that's not fitting you correctly, whether it's like too long, too baggy, maybe it's not cut right, or maybe there's a random seam somewhere that limits the range of motion. Like there's all these things that are kind of a big deal with soft shell pants that these Alpine Guide pants just seem to do really well. Like they're cut really well. They're not too baggy. They're not, you know, they're not too slim. And they've got like all the features that you'd want for a soft shell pant to make it super comfortable and convenient. You know, in my last video on the Alpine Guide pants, I kind of went over all the features that they had, you know, whether it be the belt loops, whether it be the opposite pull tab, and, you know, the braces for suspenders. Like they've got a lot of cool features to them. You know, they had the vents on the sides. Those are really great. Those are actually really great on approaches where it's warm. Like they were awesome to have when it was just got warm on the approach, and I was just like, oh man, I'm kind of warm. And I was like, oh wait, I'll just unzip it and just dump heat. And kind of made a lot of people jealous that I had that. But those features kind of, it's weird because sometimes those features can be like, oh wow, this is just a bunch of stuff and it might just get in the way. Whereas this kind of really works. All the features really work well with these pants, I think add to the enjoyable experience of using them. Now I will say that one of the things of using these pants, I kind of ditched the suspenders kind of quickly. I thought that the suspenders were going to be a game changer for keeping the pants up, but even like right now, I've just got a belt on, and that's how I've pretty much used them this whole entire season, is I just thrown a belt on. It's one of the easiest things to do. It's one of the most convenient things to do. And you can use a variety of different belts. You know, if you wanted kind of like a stretchy belt, like an arcade belt, go for it. I just use the Patagonia one that's just a simple piece of webbing, and it works really well. You know, keeps the pants up. And it's just, but like I said, having all those kind of different ways to keep your pants up, you know, it's nice. You know, if I did want suspenders, I could put them on. You know, if I wanted to use the opposite pull tab to, you know, get them tight, I could use that as well. And I do think that that has added to the overall enjoyability of using it. I mean, being able just to throw a belt on for me is like the biggest thing. And it's actually what kept me away from the Simul Alpine pants from Patagonia, because they only had the pull tab to keep your pants up. And my worst nightmare was like, what if I'm like in the backcountry somewhere and that pull tab just decides to break, and then my pants are like constantly falling down? Like, I didn't want to deal with that, so I never used the Simul Alpine pants. Whereas these, they just kind of fix that problem. And they kind of seem like they're kind of paying homage to older versions of like the guide pants. Because Patagonia has been making kind of this soft shell guide pant for a while, and this is just kind of like the newest iteration of it. And I definitely really do like it. You know, like I mentioned, you know, freedom of movement is a big thing with soft shell pants, and I think these things just move really well. You know, they're kind of now my go-to pant for even kind of cold weather dry tooling. Like, they just work, and they're really abrasion resistant too. Like, the fabric feels durable. I think it feels more durable than the Simul Alpine pant. And even speaking about durability, these pants have taken 2 crampon nicks. One didn't puncture a hole, the other did, but that's totally my bad because I was doing way too high of a high step. And obviously, you can see I repaired it, which is, again, it was super easy to do. And if you didn't know, even if you repair something like this, if you use tenacious tape, it doesn't void the ironclad guarantee. So your warranty with these pants is still intact. So that's something that's really cool about Patagonia, and it gives me a lot of faith in their products. And it definitely kind of, you know, makes you want to just kind of repair these pieces, knowing that, hey, you can repair them and not void anything. So that's really great to see. So overall, like, the durability of these pants are great. The performance of them is great. The DWR, that's PFC free, that's been working great. Like, everything about these pants has been great, and I was really surprised with how they were. And I didn't really know how they were going to be. I thought maybe that, maybe it might get in the way. Maybe I wouldn't like them as much, because I was kind of, last season I was living in the Alpine suit, basically, and I just was like, this is the way to climb. Whereas now getting back into these, I was like, yeah, I kind of forgot how much I do like soft shell pants. I love the range of motion you get, and I love not having to worry about brushing up against rock. The only thing I don't really like about soft shell pants, and it's just the inherent nature, is like the waterproofness. Like, that's just, at the end of the day, it's just what a soft shell pant is. They're not waterproof, and when you know and accept that, life is great. But that's like pretty much the only thing. I did say for fit, they fit me great. And for reference, for fit, I am a size 32 in these pants. I'm a size 32 in like everything else, whether it be like black diamond jeans and any other pant. I'm 32 or a medium, and this is kind of how they fit on me. And yeah, like, because they are soft shelled, they're not super restrictive. And I find that, like, everything, they're cut really well. Like, there's no seems like in the way. The range of motion is really good. Everything for motion and fit with these pants is just really good. So overall, yeah, the pants are really good. And what's been surprising to me, at least, is I'm actually seeing a lot of people use these pants. And I think that's great, because I really do think these are one of the better soft shell pants you can buy on the market for ice climbing. And hopefully they'll stick around for a long time. The Simul Alpine pant was around for a long time. And honestly, having kind of this style of pant back from Patagonia is just great. If you have any questions about the Alpine Guide pants, feel free to leave a comment. I'll try to get to it as soon as I can. And if you were kind of more looking for, the little intricacies and the little specs about these pants, I did make a previous video on them, and that video kind of goes over everything you would need to know for specs wise. So make sure to check that out. But with that being said, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.